Okay, what's up, guys? This is going to be a gameplay review. This is a survivor game. He is a very low level, and he's also pretty low rank. He's actually decently high ranked. This guy sent me a message with this video. He told me that he ranked up a lot from watching my videos, which is really cool. That's awesome to hear. That kind of warms my heart, to be honest with you. He said he ranked up quite a bit. He's ranked 7, but he's still like pretty newer to the game. He's pretty low level survivor, but this is rank 7. The killer was around rank 10, and everyone was around in between. So it's rank 7 to 10ish is like the rank / skill level here. And it's going to be a survivor game, so this should be pretty interesting. Let's see how this goes. Before I get started into this review, I just want to say again, real quick. I know I've said this before, but I feel the need to say it again. Keep in mind, if you're watching this video, that these games are going to be low skill games where people make mistakes. I feel like every video gets all these comments of people like saying that the video or that the gameplay was so bad that they couldn't watch, and just generally being dicks. Just keep in mind that the whole point of this is to learn, and that like if you're trying to like insult someone's skill in this and like try to make them feel bad about how bad their play was, you're the asshole here. I just want to throw that out there. This is all for the sake of learning. There's no need to be dicks. I know it's YouTube comments, and I know me saying that isn't going to stop people from being dicks, but I figured I'd throw it out there just in case. Don't do it. Please be encouraging with each other. Anyway, let's continue. Let's get on this. This is going to be on Shelter Woods. So first off, your build is self-care, dead hard, premonition, we're going to live forever. So I'm guessing you don't have that many teachables yet. You probably have like Claudettes and Davids. You immediately grab a lantern. This is during the Lunar New Year event, so you grab the lantern right away. It's a spirit. I can hear her. And you hid from her, and then you're good. So she got away. She hit this guy, and now she's chasing her, and you're doing this gen. This is... Okay. I like this. I'm glad that you didn't shy too much away from this gen. You can immediately run back to that gen right now, by the way. I was going to compliment you on this, but then you immediately ran away. Actually, you're probably looking for ruins, what you're doing. Never mind. I like that you didn't shy away from that generator. No, never mind. You're not looking for ruin. This is still okay, too. For the record, you don't want to... I feel like the big difference between people that play at high ranks and low ranks is really just how scared they are to do gens. Like, lower rank survivors seem to be terrified of heartbeats. Like, they hear the heartbeat at all, and they just get terrified. And they just, like, get off the gen, and there's no... Like, they don't really get anything done, because they always are hopping off gens, because they're always getting scared. Whereas high rank survivors, they're not really as worried, so they try to stay on the gens any chance they get. So... try to be like that. Try to be like the high rank survivors. You know, you got to learn like when the proper time to get off the gen is and when it's okay to stay on it. I think right now you're looking for the totem. For the record, the way totems work is every tile has one totem spawn. Every tile has one potential totem spawn. And what a tile is like, for instance, this square of map right here is a tile. There's a jungle gym right here. Here, wait, I have something here. Like this right here is a tile. There's a structure in it. This right here is another tile. There's like this rock structure. You can't really see any more right now, but I'll show you in a second when I see more. Basically, tiles are where anything can spawn. Like right here is like this right here is another tile. That's another tile. Basically, anywhere where like a pallet can spawn is considered a tile. And every tile has the opportunity to spawn a totem. And they're always in like the same spots depending on the map. I'll probably make a video on this later at some point. I don't have anything right now, but at some point I will probably make a video that has to do with this. But anyway, so they have to spawn in one of those so you can recognize like where they spawn. Like for instance, in this tile, it spawns. I can't move your camera, but it spawns down here to your bottom right. And keep in mind that they'll never spawn on the outsides of the maps, except for on Swamp. Swamp's the one map where that's different. But aside from Swamp, and also I guess like Haddonfield too, sometimes they spawn on the outsides of the streets. Aside from those maps, they'll never spawn on the outsides of the maps either. They'll always be on the insides in the tiles. So like if you're out here where you're at right now, they'll never be out there. But they will sometimes be in here. Like for instance, if it was in this tile, it would be right on the other side of this rock is where it would be if it was in this tile. Anyway, your premonition went off. You're a little spooked. It's not there. Gonna get back on the gen. Okay. I feel like right now you need to decide, are you just tapping different gens to confuse the killer? Is that what you're trying to do? I think you're going around tapping every gen so that when the killer comes up to the gen, it's worked on so they get confused. Is that what you're doing? Because that's like, I don't know if that's really worth it, to be honest with you. Like, I feel like that's such an interesting strategy that I've seen people do. And, like, it can be, like, obnoxious for the killer, and it can waste some time, but you're honestly wasting your own time doing it. Like, if you had just committed to one of these generators this whole time you were doing this, you could have had a gen, like, almost done, if not done. Or if you just committed to finding Ruin, you could have probably found... Hey, it's right there. You could have found Ruin. But I guess you did both, so you did find Ruin. I guess you kind of did it while looking for Ruin, which makes it a little bit better. I guess I can kind of see where you're coming from there. It was kind of kill two birds with one stone thing. But you got Ruin, so that's good. Unless this is Haunted Ground. Could be Haunted Ground. I don't know. Maybe you're sandbagging your team. I don't know. Find out in a second. All right, that was Ruin. Good, good, good. So now you can go back and hop on all the gens. That's definitely an interesting strategy. I don't know if I really approve of that strategy, to be honest with you. I think in this particular instance, it ended up being kind of okay, just because you were kind of looking for the totem anyway. But generally speaking, I feel like it's much better to just commit to the generators. Here, I'm hoping you stay on this gen. This is a situation. This is the perfect situation where, as a survivor, like, you walk up to this gen and you and this Claudette are working on it, right? This guy gets hooked, and then this Claudette is immediately just like... She's just like, hey, Slayer, I'm out of here, Slayer. I'm out of here, Slayer. So she is beelining straight to that hook. She's going to go get this guy. That's what she's about to do. She's about to go get that guy off the hook. Or she's going to try anyway. So that means that you have at least one teammate that's looking to get the save. Generally speaking, you want to have like one person on gens at least at all times. You know, unless it's like a 3v1 or a 2v1, it might not be possible. But especially in a 4v1, you want to have at least one person on gens. Oh, she spotted you. Okay, chases against Spirit are very weird. I'm going to do my best for you here, but it's very weird playing against Spirit. Okay, she got a little lost. You should get the fuck out. You should have got distance on her. Okay, here's the thing about Spirit is she's a one... Is she going to get you here? No. Okay, here's the thing about Spirit is she's a 110 killer. She's a 110% movement speed killer. She moves at 4.4 meters per second, which... The default killers like Trapper, Wraith, Billy, like most killers run at 4.6 or 115% move speed. So it's 4.6 meters per second. She runs at 4.4 meters per second. For the record, survivor speed is 4.0. So if you want to compare, basically, you know, she's slower than most killers. You know, she runs the same speed as Hag or Huntress. You know, they're slightly slower. For the record, in a situation like this, like right here, she loses you. A big way to counterplay killers like this that are slow, like this works against Huntress, Hag, any of these slow killers, is if they lose you like this, like for instance, if you get in a situation like right here where they lose you, like she runs off the other way, this is a perfect chance for you to just fucking beeline that way, dude. Like you should just be gone because she's going that way. If you're running that way, then like there ends up being this huge like I don't know, like 30-meter fucking range from where she is from where you are. And since she's a slow killer, it takes her so long to make up this ground. You know what I mean? Like if you just ran that way, even if you just held W and just ran through the map, it would have taken her so long to even get close to you. It would have been like half a gen worth, honestly. It'd have been like easily like 20 seconds probably before she even got anywhere near catching up. So that's a really good opportunity to make up distance against slow killers. But instead you kind of like stay and try to stealth. I guess you were hoping to lose her rather than make up distance. I feel like in a situation like this, she's going to be looking around. Like, you're probably not going to lose her, assuming she has half a brain, you know? Like, I guess if... I don't know. I mean, I guess you're probably used to low ranks, so maybe that's why. But generally speaking, like, losing killers is pretty hard if they're smart. Like, as you rank up, it becomes more and more impossible to lose killers. It's pretty... It's pretty risky and pretty hard to do. So you're much better off just making up distance and buying time. So anyway, you go for the stealth play, and it sort of works. You end up making it to the pallet anyway. You get the stun. You're just running. Okay. This isn't a terrible idea. Generally, like this is tough because it's Spirit. Generally speaking, the way you want to play this, because this pallet is safe, what you want to do is like after you stun someone, you want to start to run away, kind of like you did, and then you want to look behind and see what the killer's doing, okay? If the killer breaks the pallet, then you run to the next tile. If the killer doesn't break the pallet, then you can stay and play the pallet because it's safe. You know what I mean? They won't be able to hit you because it's really safe. But because this is a Spirit, that makes this strategy of just running away kind of reasonable. Like, this is actually the right thing to do. So you didn't actually do anything wrong here, but I'm just kind of explaining why, like, what the difference is between Spirit. You're not really looking behind you, which is kind of sketching me out. Like, you can't really tell if she's using her ability or not. And even right there, you couldn't tell what she was doing. You need to look behind you more in a chase. I know you're newer to the game, so it's kind of hard to get used to, but, like, right here, you should be, like, just, okay, here's basically the secret. Like, right here, you're running in a straight line, maybe slightly to the right. So you can just spin your camera around, and instead of holding, like, W plus slightly holding S, instead, you turn your camera around, okay? And then instead, you hold A, or, sorry, you hold, wait, sorry, not S. S was wrong. Hold on. Backing up. It was D. W and D, sorry. Instead, you turn it around, and then instead, you do the opposite, where you hold, you hold S, and then slightly A. So, like, instead of going forward and right, you're going backwards and left, but you turn around, so you're still going the same way, That's something that's really important in this game that you really have to learn to do, is be able to maneuver around the map while looking the other direction. And the best way to do that is just to kind of scope out where you're going, right? Like, right here, you can see that there's nothing in between you. It's just here in the window, and you can just turn around and run straight to that window, right? Like, that's the best way to do it. You see what's in front of you, and then you just remember what's in front of you, and then you turn around and run that way. And you kind of don't. You kind of just run. And then when you vault, you, like, kind of turn around to see what she's doing, which is good. But then you don't really react to it, right? Like, right here, you need to keep an eye on. You need to keep watching her. Like, you need to keep watching her and see what she does so you can react to it. Like, survivors are generally have a lot of control in chases, because right here, you watch her, you see what she does, right? And, like, this is kind of this is kind of like the fundamental of looping. If she goes right, then you can loop around this side, and then bam. You know what I mean? Like, and she did. Like, that's what you should have did, right? Like, she did go right, and that's how she got you. And hypothetically, like, if you do this, and then she goes around this way, then you can then go this way and go around, right? Like, you kind of just take whatever she does, and then you do the exact opposite. I mean, if she vaults this window, then you can go either way. You can either go that way or that way. It doesn't matter. So basically, you're kind of in the position of control here, where you can see what she does and then do the opposite, but you kind of do neither. Like, you glance back at her, but then you immediately look away without really knowing what she's doing. Like, you don't know where she's going right now. You're just, I don't know if maybe you assumed she was gonna vault the window or something, but I mean, that's always bad to assume things whenever you can just look and see. And then you just run to this window, but the whole time she's right there and she's running, and then she ends up hitting you. So that was a pretty crucial mistake there. You always want to make sure you're looking, keeping an eye on the killer, reacting to what she does. You don't want to just run blindly. You want to play your chase, reacting to what the killer does, and playing around that. Anyway, you get caught and you get hooked. No gens are done. Sad day. Sad days that we live. Still no gens done. But looks like your team is working on him. She's phasing out of here. That teammate got spooked and left. Those teammates down there are getting... Oh god, that hurts to see. Why is that guy just crouching around? Like, this is what I hate to see. You don't ever want to be this guy over here. Like, this guy, you do want to be this guy. This guy committed to the generator. He's getting shit done. You have 60 whole seconds. I know this has nothing to do with you, but, like, ugh, that hurts to see. Like this guy is running up to you, so he's fine. He's coming up to get the save. This guy is getting nothing done over here. Don't ever be this guy. Don't ever be that guy. He's getting literally nothing done right now, except for just wasting time. She's facing back. Okay, you dead harder hit. That was a little spooky. Ooh, you kind of took that really wide. You took that real wide. Okay, you made it. Ooh, you barely made it. For the record, you got to be really careful about looping. Right here, you come around this. You need to be hugging this wall. Like, right here, you need to hug this wall. Like, literally run right up against it. Like, you can literally be pressing up against the wall while running. Like, that's what you want to do. You want to take every corner as tight as you can. Something that a lot of people don't know is that the survivors' hitboxes are slightly smaller than the killers. The killers are slightly bigger, right? Like, this is like the survivor. Okay, that's not slightly bigger. That's like 10 times size. All right, I'm not an artist, okay? But the survivors' hitboxes are slightly smaller than the killers. So when you're running loops, if you hug the walls, you're actually making up a slight amount of time because, okay, say like this is the wall and then this is the survivor, right? Like say the survivor has like this hitbox and the killer has like this hitbox, right? The survivor can like hug the wall closer, Whereas the killer has to be slightly further out because their hitbox is bigger, right? So you actually make up a very... It's not a huge deal, but it makes up a lot of time. And that's why looping is so strong. Especially against, like, the slower killers because they're already slower on top of, like, the slight speed that you make up. And not only that, like, obviously, if there's a corner like this, obviously doing this is faster than doing, like, this. You know what I mean? Like, obviously the top line is faster. So, generally speaking, you want to make sure that you're hugging the walls. Like, right here, you kind of, like, run out. It's not a lot, but you run out a bit. And then, like, come back in. You got to make sure that you're really hugging the walls close. You end up making it, which is good. But, see, right there... Ooh, shit, what are you doing? Right there, that was kind of good. You saw what she did. You're keeping an eye on her. Even though she kind of zoned you out, and I think you're going to get caught right now, but that was still kind of good. You still kind of, like, you were keeping an eye on her. You were reacting to what she did, which is good. You kind of, like, I feel like you kind of panicked and didn't really know what to do. Okay, here's the thing about this situation. This is, like, the one time where, like, at a situation like this where you just get a pallet stun, you need to try to position yourself in a place where if they kick the pallet, you can get somewhere safe, right? Now, if you don't really have the map awareness yet, but the situation here, hold on, I'll go forward a little bit more. The situation right now is she's here, right? There's nothing over there. There's nothing at all over there, okay? Over here is tons of stuff over there, dude. Tons of stuff over there. Like, there's, like, shack. There's a bunch of pallets. Like, this is where the rest of the map is. This is nothing. This goes to the corner of the map where there's no pallets, no safety. That's death. That's safety. That's death, right? That's the situation right now. So, as a survivor, you need to position yourself in a way so that if she breaks this pallet, normally, like, okay, for the record, normally this is the safer side and this is the weaker side, right? So normally this is the side that you want to stay on. So I don't want to put you into bad habits. Like, normally you want to stay on the safer side of the pallet, but because there's nowhere to go over here, you should be staying, like, right here or even, like, right here. You shouldn't be staying, like, over here because if she kicks the pallet while you're over here, you have nowhere to go, which is exactly what happens to you. If you stay here or anywhere on, like, this side of the pallet, whenever she kicks this pallet, once she starts kicking it, you get a huge head start. You're gone. You're already, like, across the map, right? But instead, you stay on this side, which is, like, the more... You kind of zone yourself here, you know? Like, you kind of zone yourself out into, like, this zone that is bad and doesn't have anything. She starts kicking the pallet. You're like, oh, fuck, what do I do? I need to run over there. Oh, shit, I got to run back. What do I do? Fuck. And then you end up just getting caught, you know? So that's you kind of zone yourself there. You want to make sure that you're positioning yourself in a place where you're more likely to get to extra pallets. Which I know that's kind of advanced for you because you're kind of newer. I'm not really sure how much I really don't even know how new you are or how many hours you have, but if you're newer, that might be a little bit hard. But that's definitely what you did wrong there. That was the mistake that you made. Alright, you're on struggle state. Another gen got done. I don't think anyone else in your team has been hooked. No. Some people were hooked. I lied. Okay, you're struggling. Don't know what your teammates are doing. Can't really see anything. Kind of just seeing this hook in my face. All right, we're spinning around. The Dwight's coming. That's not a Dwight. That's an Adam. The Adam's got you. All right. Oh, my God. Your whole team is here. Jesus. All right, you get the hell out of there because she might come back. Sit in the shack. Get a quick double heal real quick from your boy Mail Boss. Hooking you up. The two Adams are hitting you with it. Premonition goes off. That means the killer's over that way. She's teleporting. You can hear her whooshing. Careful with that. I don't think dropping down to the basement is necessary, or I don't think going to the basement is a terrible idea because obviously she wouldn't think that you would go to basement. But dropping down makes a noise. Like, listen here. Listen to this noise. It's a loud noise. The killer can hear it. You hear that? That noise, the killer can hear that. And if the killer is, like, smart, she'll know that the only place that you can drop down on this map, especially, like, where she is right now, is basement. She would, like, if she heard that noise, she would 100% know that you're in basement. So that's kind of risky. Like, it ended up working out for you, but keep in mind that dropping down makes noise, so be real careful doing that. You don't really want to drop from a high place near any killer. because they will hear you, especially at the higher ranks whenever people really pay attention to that kind of stuff anyway. Now you're just kind of chilling. I'm not really sure what you're doing. I guess you're trying to find the killer. She's over there. You need to go get some stuff done, man. You got to go get some stuff done, my dude. Go find a gen and work on it. All right, you're kind of chilling. You're staying. Wow, that lantern just respawned over there. You're kind of chilling, going for the save. Oh, you don't want to do this. Okay, this is like the situation. You're going to go grab this lantern. This is the kind of situation where you need to either go get the save or go do gens, like right now. Okay, you're going to get the save. Okay, that wasn't that bad. This guy's also going to get the save. This is where bond would be real handy. This is why I'm always preaching bond. Because if you, like, this guy was doing the same thing as you, where he was kind of crouching and waiting for the save. That means you had two people both doing that exact same thing. If one of you guys could have seen each other doing it and then broke off and did gens, it would have been way better for the team. Regardless, though, it's not that bad. I mean, you were crouching and going for the save. Someone else ended up getting it. You're not really playing that efficient, but, you know, what are you going to do? Spirit comes back, hits her. You run away. Okay, that Claudette plays super altruistic. For the record, if that Claudette isn't on hook, I wouldn't even bother going for saves. I think every single time I've seen somebody get hooked, that Claudette's been going for them. Oh, that's not good. That's generally not the stuff that you like to see right there. That's, yikes. That's generally not it. That ain't it, Chief. Looks like that guy's gonna get carried away. You should definitely just stay on this gen. This dude's not even recovering. He's literally crawling away. So, like, right now, if you were to run over and try to heal him, it would do you no good because he's not even recovering. He's not healed at all, which is probably a bad move on his part. But, well, one guy died. He's gonna carry him down to the basement too. You gotta try to get this gen done as much as possible. Hopefully, your teammate's doing a gen as well. If your teammate's just crouching around somewhere, I hope they're not. Oh, you failed skill check. It happens, dude. It happens. Listen, I'm 4,000 hours into this game, and even I fail skill check sometimes, so it's all good. It happens. You bail. Especially considering you just made noise. Understandable. You're out of there because you don't want to get chased. All right, you hop on this one. This is, if I was you in this situation, I would sit on this gen for like another maybe 10 or 20 seconds. See what happens. If the killer comes to you, you're good. You can get chased. If your teammate gets hit, then you know you have to get the save because you know he's being chased. I would not be cleansing doll totems right now because you are not going to make it to end game probably. You, like right now, like, okay, the only reason to cleanse a doll totem is if you're worried about no-ed. That's the only time you ever want to cleanse a doll totem is if you're worried about no-ed, right? And no-ed only kicks in after the gens are done. You're not really in a situation right now where it's looking like you're going to get the gens done. Like, this is looking bleak. You got a guy on a hook, you're playing against a spirit, a dude's already dead, you're dead on hook. Like, if you get hooked again, you're dead. So, like, that was kind of just a waste of time. That dude got hit. You need to go get that save. Yeah. See, okay, I like the way you played that as far as, like, you know, going for the save, though. You didn't go for the save until you knew the other guy was getting chased. That's good. That's good. That's actually really good. That way you're being efficient and working on gens. All right, that guy got down. They got to go get the save. Unfortunately, he went down really fast, so you're going to get this on hook, and she's probably going to come right back. Damn, she went to struggle, too. That sucks. Now she's down on hook as well. That guy is on struggle. So after you get him down, you guys will all be dead on hook, which is unfortunate. All right, she's right in front of you. Giving her the swift juke. You're gonna go get this guy down real quick. This is this is looking bleak. I gotta tell you. If that Claudette gets caught, especially, someone needs to. You guys need to get the gens done, man. Someone needs to buy some time so these gens can get done. Looks like you're going to run off over here and find a generator right meow. That one's pretty worked on. You can get that one done real quick. Oh, that guy got down. I didn't even see that guy get down. He got down and hooked. Yeah, this is going to be a hatch game for one of you guys. This will probably be a hatch game. So you're going to get this gen done. It's actually, okay, after you get this gen done, right now, hatch is spawned. Okay, this is very clearly a hatch game. You guys are not going to get these last two gens done and leave. You guys are both dead on hook. So this is clearly a hatch game. The only way that one of you two is going to get out is if you find hatch. Now, the way that hatch works, okay, hatch can spawn before it's open, right? Like, it only opens if there's one survivor left, and that's it. And, like, every other survivor is either dead or out of the map. Is the only time it'll open. But it'll spawn closed if the amount of generators done, you need gens done, needs to be is 1 plus the amount of survivors alive. Okay? So because there's 2 survivors alive right now, you and this guy, that means you need 3 gens done for hatch to spawn closed. Okay? Hypothetically, if another guy was still alive, like say if 3 people were alive instead of 2, that means, you know, 1 plus 3 would be 4. So that means you would need 4 gens done. Okay? That's the way the hatch works. Okay? So because there's only 2 of you alive, that was the 3rd gen. Like you start with 5 needed and you're down to 2. So you guys did 3 gens. So right now, with that gen being done, means that hatch is spawned. So right now, you should be looking for hatch. I don't know whether you know that information or not, but just in case you don't, that's how it works. So right now, you should just be going around the map and looking for hatch. That's what I would be doing. And the other guys should be doing the same thing. And once one of you guys find it, sorry to the other guy. I think once you find it, then you can start working on gens if you want. Like right now, you need to get the hell out of there. Like you need to go. Oh, he just DC'd. Okay, he didn't even get... I was going to tell you to hop in a locker to try to stealth against barbecue, but you don't even have to because he DC'd. Okay, well, we'll see. Now he's got to try to find hatch. Hatch, by the way, works the same way as totems. Every tile has a hatch spawn where it could be, and you just have to go from tile to tile until eventually you find it or hear it. So you kind of just want to scan the map. You know, try not to cover your own footsteps and just try to go everywhere that you possibly can. Oh, nice. You yoinked that guy's med kit real quick. It's a slight upgrade from your own. Upgrading your loot out here. You love to see it. Okay. This is where, like, going on the way outside of the map is generally not good because it can't spawn way on the outside. It can only spawn, like... I mean, like, it can spawn where you are right now. Okay. Premonition pops. This is where you gotta balance out being stealth. Okay, you're doing a pretty good job of balancing out being stealthy while also running, because you gotta make up distance. You gotta find hatch. You know what I mean? Like the more time you give her to find you, the worse or the worse off you are. So you don't want to stealth too much, but at the same time, stealthing is still definitely good. You know, because obviously you want to look without getting chased. All right, you're near where she's patrolling. I don't know if maybe you think that she's on it, so you're like walking, you're kind of near her to make sure she's not on it, because she might be camping it or patrolling it. Looks like you're running up. I don't see or hear it. For the record, it makes a sound. I'm assuming you guys know this. Uh-oh, she saw you. But it makes a vacuum sound. It's pretty hard to miss. I think it might be behind you. I'm going to be honest. I think it's right back there. I think it's literally right back there. It's either back there or like middle map. Because you were already down here. This is like where you popped the last gen was down here. Well, it was more like over there, but still. It's either like right over here or it was behind you. Why is she not chasing you? Wait, what? Oh, wait. Did she just get lost? Alright, there's nothing here, so you're gonna die. Yeah, it's a bummer. This is just Shelter. Shelter Woods is a really rough map for Survivor. This whole area is just a dead zone with no pallets. You end up getting caught. I think it might have been behind you, but... I mean, you covered a good, like, 60-70% of the map and didn't find it, so that's just kind of unlucky. Yeah, that's it. You're dead, man. You're dead. That's a bummer. I mean, you definitely gotta work on your chase game. Like, this is also a situation right here where you just kind of didn't seem like you knew where you were going. Like, you weren't really sure where to go to find another pallet or whatever. Where, like, there should be, like, a pallet up here. There should be more tiles up there. There should be, like, a structure back there. She also lost you, so you could have stealthed a little bit better. Either one would have worked, but you kind of did neither. I mean, that's really it, though. I would say... hitting them with the all caps GG. Hell yeah, dude. I mean... not bad, considering I think that you're newer. I think that you're newer to the game. So not bad at all. You were close, he said. I think it was back in that corner. I'm fairly sure it was back in that corner. I'm almost positive that it was in that corner that I told you it was in. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. There's not really much to, not really much to say. You didn't dead hard at the end there, but I don't know if it would have helped you any. Like... you did have your dead hard up and you didn't use it, but I don't think it really matters that much. I I would say the big thing I've noticed, you actually make pretty good decisions as far as like being efficient. You're not one of those survivors that just crouches around and does nothing. So that's a huge benefit already. Like you're already much better than a large percentage of the player base. I'll tell you that much. Even at rank 1, you get a lot of those people who just crouch around and do nothing, and oh my god, it's the worst. It's the absolute worst. So you already have that, which is good. The thing you need to work on is like your chase game. Like you're like in chases, you look very like you look very clueless. Like you kind of look like you just like I mean, you loop a little. You know, you're definitely not terrible, but you definitely need some work, you know? Like you need more of like looking behind you, like positioning needs a little bit of work, you know what I mean? Like both times I saw you get caught were basically because of bad positioning. Like right here, you positioned yourself badly. You did keep an eye on her. Then the first time you got caught was because of the T-wall. You weren't really looking at her, and then she like came around the side of it. So yeah, I mean you're definitely pretty solid. I would just work on your chase game. Try to work on running while looking behind you, and also try to work on your looping. Try to work on like keeping an eye on the killer and watching what they do and then doing the opposite, right? Like they go left, you go right. If you work on that, you work on keeping an eye on the killer and also do your try your best to like learn the maps however you can. I know that just takes time. And like knowing where to go in the map, like knowing where safety is and where danger is helps a lot too. So just work on that, and your decision making is already honestly pretty quality. This was a pretty solid game from you. As like a lower ranked survivor, this was a pretty solid game. I got to admit, like I've definitely seen much worse. So just pretty unfortunate that you and your team both couldn't really give this killer a long chase, so she kind of just kept killing everyone, and she had too much map pressure for you to get anything done. But you definitely played it pretty well. Thank you so much for submitting. I enjoyed reviewing this. That's gonna be it for this one, boys. Thank you guys for watching. We out. Yo, hope you guys all enjoyed the review. Remember that you guys can submit footage yourself for review by joining the Discord that's linked below and sending me a DM with an unlisted YouTube video with your game. Make sure that the video quality of the video is good, and make sure the gameplay is bad gameplay, so I have some stuff to tell you to improve on. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, and all that jazz if you want to help support my YouTube. And I will see you guys next time. Have a good one. I'll play you later. I'll play you later.